Hey, where are we heading next, Joe?
Well, Becky, we're heading to Lynchburg. How about that? Now, when you hear the name of that iconic town, a popular beverage probably comes to mind. Well, as Miranda Cohen can tell you, there's a lot more to Lynchburg than some famous distillery. In our next story, we check in at the Lynchburg Valley Inn.
Joyce Adams' days start early here at the Lynchburg Valley Inn. In just a few hours, breakfast will be served. She is a one-woman show in the kitchen, and no one is leaving here hungry.
I'm in the house by 7, and I already have the coffee ready, so whoever gets up first turns on the coffee pot. And then I just start cooking breakfast. If I have a crowd, it's bacon, eggs, sausage, sometimes biscuit gravy, fried potatoes, hash brown casserole. And if I have a smaller group, they can ham and cheese omelets, pancakes.
Today, a little southern delicacy is also on the menu.
It's hard to believe, but I've never had fried bologna before. You know, I grew up on bologna sandwiches, you know, but fried bologna, never had that, so it's quite a treat.
Adams believes there is a reason breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day.
Because they don't do it at home. It's a treat. They are busy and they're on the run and they don't take time to fix breakfast and sit down with the family. Do y'all have everything you need?
This is awesome. This is a great breakfast.
The Lynchburg Valley Inn was built around 1808, passing through the hands of Lynchburg royalty, the Tolley family. They were master distillers and blood relatives of Jasper Newton Daniel, or as the world knows him, Jack.
Very impressed. Unique location, unique home. Just found out was part of the Jack Daniels family, which I thought was very interesting.
A few years ago, when the property came up for sale, Lynchburg native Tommy Anderson had a dream of turning the stately manor into a cozy bed and breakfast.
I just love the old house, and I just thought it was a good idea. I walked through it and I looked, and all the bedrooms had a private bath. Everything was set up fairly good, and I had to do a few modifications, but other than that, it was ready to go.
Well, my business partner, Tommy, has lived in Lynchburg probably 35, 40 years. And he called me one day and said, hey, what do you think about me buying this house and turning it into a bed and breakfast? And I said, oh, would you like a partner? And he said no, and here I am.
These days, Joyce tends to the guests, and Tommy tends to everything else. This spacious and elegant four-bedroom Lynchburg Valley Inn is less than a mile from the shops, sights, and sounds of downtown and the famous Jack Daniels Distillery. Now, most guests that visit Lynchburg love to take in some of the local flair and walk away, well, very happy.
Oh yes, they do. And I'll pick you up. If you're too happy, I will pick you up. I've got several calls from the winery distillery. Come pick up your guest. Alrighty, on my way.
It seems Tommy and Joyce have thought of every detail.
Now, some very famous people have visited the Lynchburg Valley Inn, even President Andrew Jackson back in his day. But no one is more famous or more beloved than Buddy the Beagle. He even has his own storybook.
Unbeknownst to the innkeepers, two of their guests were successful authors. They heard the story of Lynchburg's most adorable ambassador, and suddenly the antics of Buddy the Beagle were captured in a children's book.
And he comes over here and has breakfast, and I say, oh, Buddy, you're on your way to work. He goes up to Jack Daniel Distillery, hangs around there, comes back, hangs around town, hangs around the cigar store. They make pizza, so he's really thrilled to hang around there. And then he'll get a ride home, or he'll walk home, and he'll start it again the next day.
So whether you come to see the town or get away from the city, the Lynchburg Valley Inn is the perfect place to soak in some true Southern hospitality.
I loved it. It's so relaxing, and just the house is beautiful. The rooms were very, very nicely done, and it was really nice.
I've enjoyed it ever since. It's just been a good experience meeting a lot of people.
And they have a good time and they share their stories, and they all go on their way, and they enjoyed their breakfast and enjoyed their visit, and I try to make them feel at home. I really like everybody. Everybody has a story, and I love the stories.